We are here at Makina Library Hall today for the official launch of my book, The Nubian Struggle for Land Rights in Kibra. We had a very fruitful discussion with a section of Nubian youth, about 50 of them, who are actually one of the targets for this book. I gave them an overview of the book and challenged them to take up their leadership role within the community to address the challenges which the Nubian community are currently facing as far as land matters are concerned. These challenges include, but not limited to, number one, how can they safeguard 288? Number two, how can 288 be developed? Number three, there's still a huge chunk of land that falls under historical land injustice that needs to be pursued. The first, second, and third, the earlier generation of Nubians played their role. It's now the time for the Nubian community, youth, who constitute 80% of the population, to play their role. They are in a unique position now to tackle this situation because they are better educated, they are resilient, they are well informed compared to our grandfathers and fathers who initiated this land struggle. So, alhamdulillah, we had a very good discussion with them. They raised various issues, and it is my hope and belief that this book will not only be a historical reference, but also that this book will inspire them to play their role. Because so far, the missing link in the struggle for Nubian rights in all aspects, not only land, is the youth. The youth, there's a lot of lethargy, inertia on their part. So it is my honest belief that they will take up their roles and move the community forward.
Well, I am Marjan Mohammed Ahmed. I am one of the authors of the book, The Nubian Struggle for Land Rights in Kibra. Basically, the book highlights the struggle of the Nubians since they settled in Kibra all the way to the present times. And we are focusing on how they acquired land here, which was more than 4,000 acres. And through the colonial government and the post-colonial regime, they lost their land. And in 2013, they were issued with 288 acres. So the book focuses on how they lost their land, how they struggled for this land, and how they acquired what they were given. And it is interesting to note that most of the land was lost during the colonial period, where various strategies were enacted to rob off the Nubians their land. Among these strategies, we had the malicious neglect. We also had several attempts to relocate them. We had policies and laws which were also changed. For example, initially, when the Nubians settled here, they had been given shamba passes. However, with the time, this law was changed to deny the children of these original Nubians the right to live in Kibra. The law was changed to make sure that only the original veterans could live in Kibra, and those who will come after them had no rights whatsoever. Also, along the way, Kibra was gazetted and declared public land, which was unfair to the Nubians. And we also had land given to private entities, churches. We had Nairobi Dam, we had the Royal Golf Course, we had the Royal ASK, Agricultural Society of Kenya, we had Harlequins, Impala clubs. All these happened during the colonial period. The same system was undertaken by the post-independence regime, where the Nubians also lost vast tracts of their land from the estates which were built in Langata, Ngei, Onyonka, Otiende, among others. We also have the Karanja estates, yeah, together with more other lands which were given to private entities. So the Nubians did not sit back as their land was being taken. They fought back, and they used also various ways to struggle for their rights. They reached out to leaders They organized themselves into CBOs and other activism and movements. Yeah, they used their leaders. They wrote letters. They wrote articles in the newspapers. They also used resistance, because at some point violence was also a strategy that was used to rob the Nubians of their land. The case of 1995, 2001, when politicians instigated violence. So the Nubians also resisted these attempts, and eventually they were able to secure 288. Now, what is of importance is how the Nubians will make use of what they have, even as they are struggling and fighting for what they have lost. So the Nubians should focus more on how they will make use, how they will capitalize on the 288 acres, because the most important and the main way they can safeguard this 288 is by developing this land. As long as the land remains vacant, yeah, it shall receive threats from outsiders, from politicians, because they will perceive this land as empty and they will want to grab it. So the Nubians should focus on developing and making the good use of this land. So that is my parting shot. Thank you.
My name is Miraj Ahmed, and I've been honored to be a part of the book launch today, the Nubian Struggle for Land Rights in Kibra. It's been a very insightful session, full of knowledge and new information, definitely. I've learned new words. I've come to find out that the Nubians were originally given 4,000 plus acres, and how the previous regimes all have a hand in us losing or investors coming into the land.
My name is Khalil Abdullahi, and I am a passionate community volunteer. So this particular book is very significant for the Nubian community because it is the first of its kind. A book written on the Kibra Nubian land struggles, which there's no any other like this. We've received publications written by non-Nubians talking about Nubian challenges and Nubian history. But this is the first of its kind that a Nubian has written a book about Nubians of Kibra. So that is why I personally worked with Mzee Ibrahim Yunis so that we made sure to do a mini launch of this book so that we get to inspire the youth. So the whole point of Mzee Ibrahim writing this book is he hopes to ignite a certain flame. He hopes to inspire the youth to advocate for land rights of the Nubian community. And beyond that, it's also for them to strive to salvage the community from its quagmire. The community is facing different challenges across the board, economic, political, and social challenges. So today we had robust and interactive conversation with this specific group of youth, which shows that youth from the Nubian community are learned and they are very ready to work together. They are very innovative, they are very learned and very interested to be involved in the Nubian land matters. So this is the first of its kind. The book gives a perfect summary and of how the Nubian matter has been handled by the different government regimes. Also distinctively talks about notable Nubian heroes who have played a part in the Nubian land struggle. So many youth who came here and they were inspired by this forum, and we hope to continue this engagement forward. We saw the challenges that the community faced and is still continuing to face, and the youth are ready to strive and to come up with solutions, to be innovative, to be leaders, so that we take the community to its prosperity, inshallah. So I want to thank everyone who joined us to support this initiative, and we hope to many more book launches, many more books. This is the first of many books that are going to be written. We have been inspired now, and we are ready to transform the community, and we'll do that by reading first, and then we will come up with innovations that will help us to propel the community forward, inshallah.